Like 1 point short of the title. Nice. Ooh.
Let's go.
This shit, look at that. It got a message. It got a message.
This is the Messi build too. That's what's crazy. Oh!
Good shit.
Dude, I pressed RB for a finesse shot. The outside foot shot trait just triggered automatically. Finesse? Get in there. Oh, another long shot. What the hell, dude? It just did that for me, like auto finesse.
Oh.
Get in there, boy.
Yo, I was like, what's going on right now?
See? Let's go. Good
There you
finish.
go.
What a finish.
Wow.
High post. Oh. Oh, that bike.
Nice.
Take the goalie out. What's going on, guys? This is Lesky, and today I have a very special video for y'all. We're going to be going over my first pro player build for FIFA 23 Pro Clubs. I've made a lot of pro player builds over the past couple years, and it seems like y'all really enjoy them. So for the first one in FIFA 23 Pro Clubs, we're going to be taking a look at this Leo Messi build, who just won the World Cup for Argentina, absolutely balled out, won player of the tournament, and I'm glad that he finally won the World Cup trophy that he was looking for and that he deserves. So let's begin by taking a look at the position, height, and weight of this Messi build. And before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll be posting a lot more Pro Clubs content and builds that you might be interested in. So now looking at this build, I decided to list it in the right mid position. In my opinion, the right mid position is way better than the actual cam position. Cams this year have very low stamina, so if you want to upgrade the stamina, you're gonna have to waste a lot of skill points on getting that up to a respectable amount. And then like the strength and jumping is better as a right mid, but also it's quite a bit pacier. I think it's like +5 pace more as a right mid compared to a cam, which makes a big difference. And then the dribbling stats and shooting stats are pretty much the same. The only main difference, downside of being a right mid compared to a cam, is the passing stats are a bit lower, but I don't think that's too big of a deal because the passing on this build is still really good. And then for the height, I decided to go 5'6". I know Messi's listed at 5'7", I believe, but if you go 5'7", the stats will change. And then if you're going to be 5'7", you could also go up to 5'8", be an inch taller, and the stats won't change at all. So that's another reason why I went to 5'6", and I think just the stats are a little bit closer to Messi's attributes at 5'6", but if you want, you can change it and go to 5'7". There really won't be too much of a difference. And then the weight is 176. The extra weight section I feel like matches his body type a little bit more in game. Preferred foot is left foot because he is lefty. Let's take a look at the perks. Messi already has a lot of different special cards on Ultimate Team this year that I can look at and compare with this build that I'm making. So I mostly looked at his base gold card that he has this year, and then he even got a flashback card from when he was like, I think it was his debut in the World Cup. So when he was really young and quick. So I'm kind of going to be looking at both of those cards and maybe make like a mix of them, because I don't want the 81 pace that Messi has on his gold card right now. I want more of that pace that he has on his flashback card, which we're pretty much spot on with that pace. So it's kind of a mix of Messi cards, I would say, and then kind of just my own take on a Messi build as well. So I'm not exactly trying to copy his attributes on his gold card or whatever card that we're looking at, just trying to get it somewhat similar so it'll feel like a Messi build. So for the first perk, I went distant shooter. The long shot stat on the skill tree isn't that great. I think it's only like 80. We couldn't really waste a ton of skill points on upgrading the long shots. So I went distant shooter. He has scored a ton of outside the box shots in his life. And then he even has the finesse shot and outside foot shot traits in game. So I would definitely wanted a perk that at least gives you those traits. So you'll have finesse shot and outside foot shot trait when you're taking distant shots. So this perk will definitely improve your long shots, even if the long shot stat isn't that great. I'm sure y'all saw a bunch of long shots in the intro of this video that I made. The second perk is threaded pass, and this one suits Messi perfectly as well because he does a ton of through balls, and this will increase your vision, which improves your through balls. And I believe the vision on our build is like mid 80s on the skill tree, and I think Messi has like over 90 vision on most of his cards. So this will get the vision a bit higher and closer to what Messi's is. And this is just one of my favorite perks on the game, as well as it was last year. The third perk is active first touch, and this will probably be the one that you could switch out. You can really switch this out for anything you want. The build is pretty pacey already, but this will just increase the acceleration and sprint speed even more. Messi is very quick, even at 35 years old, but he was definitely a lot quicker when he was younger. So I feel like active first touch suits him, and then it also will increase your ball control and make your ball control better, and then give you the flare trait. Some other perks that you could do is poacher. This is like a more of a cam build, but if you want to use this like up top as like a false 9 or in like a 2-striker formation, say you have a bigger dude up top and then you want to play up top at striker as well, more of like a playmaker, like where you drop in kind of like a false 9. Poacher might be the better option if you're going to get in the box and get a lot more chances. This will increase all the shooting stats in the box, and that would be perfect for Messi because his shooting stats are really high. That's definitely a good option. First time shot, probably not. Poacher is definitely better. Set piece specialist could be interesting if you like that. I wouldn't really go skill dribbler. Wouldn't go pinpoint cross. Light passes if you prefer that over like threaded pass, and then obviously you can go precision pass instead of threaded pass or active first touch. You really have a decent amount of options. Let's take a look at the skill tree now. We will start on the physical page for this Messi skill tree, and all the skill points are on the right side. And this is mostly just to get the reactions up. He has 92 reactions on his gold card this year. So on the right, you're going to get this stamina. So we'll have 88 stamina. He has low stamina, but it's pro clubs. We're going to have to get a decent amount of stamina. It will help a lot, especially towards the end of the games. And then make sure you get this jumping, and then make sure to get the 2 parts for this +4 reactions and this other +4 reactions to bump it up to 93. Onto the dribbling page, where I have a lot of skill points here. And as you may have noticed, I have 5-star skills. This is pro clubs. I know Messi doesn't really ever have 5-star skills in FIFA. I think only like 1 year, and that was like way back when, like 2011, 2012, I believe. But I'm just a huge fan of skilling, especially in pro clubs in attacking positions. But if you want, you can take off the 5-star skills. It'll be a lot more accurate to a Messi build. It'll be 4-star, 4-star. And you could use these 5 skill points, honestly, to upgrade the weak foot to have a 5-star weak foot. I know Messi doesn't have a 5-star weak foot, but that would be a good like-for-like substitution. Or you could do something like this, where instead of going for this ball control, you could go for this one. And then you have 6 skill points. You could put that on the shooting page, I'd suggest, or the passing probably. Or you could also upgrade the agility even more, because Messi's dribbling stats are very cracked in every single FIFA. So feel free to do what you want if you don't want the 5-star skill moves. But on the left, you're going to go for the Maestro, and then on the right, you're going to get the Lynx archetype, and make sure to get the second part for this balance. And this build will have 90 agility, 97 balance, 93 ball control, and 93 dribbling. So the dribbling stats are extremely cracked on this Messi build, as you'd expect. Let's go to passing. This is the one page where I wish some of the stats were a little bit higher to match Messi's passing stats. And if we were listed as a cam, the one upside for being a cam over a right mid is the passing. Like all these passing stats, like the short pass, long pass, and curve would all be like 90 or higher. And then the crossing, I think, would be a little bit less, and the vision is a little bit better or about the same. So that's one upside if you do want to try this build as an actual cam. But I tried to match the stats as close as possible. We upgraded the curve quite a bit to 89. He has a 93 curve on his gold card, so pretty close. The only way to get more curve is to go for the artist archetype. And then I did get some vision upgrades here. And then I went all the way down for the architect archetype to get the increase in long pass and short pass. He has 91 short pass and 90 long pass on his gold card. If you want to upgrade that even more, you'll have to go for the precision pass perk. Otherwise, you would maybe have to put more skill points on like short pass and long pass if you take off like the 5-star skills. And then the vision, remember that we have the through ball perk on this build, so the vision is actually better than what you see here. So I really didn't have any complaints with the passing ability on this build. It is still very solid, even though they might not be as good as Messi's stats in FIFA this year. Let's go to shooting. I definitely needed to go for a lot of skill points here. So on the left side, you'll see that I went for the sniper archetype to upgrade the free kick accuracy, shot power, and penalties. 90 free kicks is very good, as well as the 90 shot power. So make sure you get these first 2 shot powers, and then instead of getting the weak foot, you're just going to go for this free kick accuracy and then all the way down to the sniper archetype. And then on the right side, I wanted to upgrade the finishing, the volleys, and the long shots a decent amount. I really couldn't get this extra long shots right here. It costs quite a bit of skill points, and we really need to spread those around. But that's why we have Distant Shooter to make up for only having 80 long shots on this build. And then we have 86 finishing. The only way to upgrade the finishing more is to get this bottom right finishing for +3 or for 3 skill points. And if you really want that 89 finishing, you would have to take some skill points off one of the pages, or maybe take off the 5-star skills and put some of those skill points on finishing. And then make sure to get this heading right here. The main reason I went for the heading is because I want to upgrade the volleys more. It's only at 80, so the second part will give you +3 volleys, and same thing for this heading. You'll also get another +3 volleys to bump it up to 86, and his gold card has 88 volleys, so we still don't have as good of volleys, but it is pretty close, I guess. And these shooting stats really aren't too bad at all, especially if you're going to be using this build more as a cam rather than a striker. And you can always change the perks and put like the poacher perk on instead of one of the perks that I already have on this build to increase these shooting stats even more while you're in the box. So I didn't really have a problem when it came to finishing, and especially when it came to distance shots. You can bang in a ton of them, especially because of those 2 traits, the finesse shot and outside foot shot trait that perk gives you. So let's take a look at the pace page, which this is the last page. About to wrap up the build. We have 92 acceleration and 87 sprint speed. And if we look at that flashback card that I was talking about earlier that they released this year, he has 90 pace, 93 acceleration, and 88 sprint speed. So we only have 1 less acceleration and 1 less sprint speed. So that's pretty spot on with this flashback card. And I definitely wanted to have more acceleration than sprint speed on this build like Messi has on pretty much every single card that he's ever gotten in FIFA. So that's going to complete my first pro player build of FIFA 23. I hope you enjoyed this Messi build. Give it a try and let me know what you think of it in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button on this video and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day and peace out.